So welcome back to Ego, the skill provider. In this particular lesson, I'm going to teach you something called very interesting. And what's that? To speak English fluently, something called error-free English, you have to focus on four things. Okay, I've already given you a lot of examples. So here is the screen before you. Here is the screen before you. What exactly you can see? This is something called error-free English. This is something called once you start speaking error-free English, it will give you the much needed confidence and so that you can speak English confidently. Once you start speaking English confidently, then you can speak it fluently. Once you are able to achieve confidence and fluency, you will try to achieve something called extra, that is called natural English. What is natural English? Using a lot of idioms, binomials, expressions, collocations, and phrasal verbs. If you're using these five things, then you become a natural speaker. Whenever I say natural speaker, you become a native speaker. What do you mean by native speaker? Where English is a mother tongue. Basically, where English is a mother tongue, people used to use a lot of idioms, binomials, expressions, collocations, and phrasal verbs, right? So yesterday I was teaching something at this point of time about error of English. Today I'm going to give you something how you guys can speak English naturally. So for that things, I have listed some eight different day to day, I mean common, very common idioms. Okay, eight common idioms, and I'm going to give you the meaning of each idioms and how to use them in different situations. So here you go. This is something called advanced vocab or advanced vocabulary. We have eight different idioms are there. So this using these eight idioms, you can start speaking naturally. And believe me, these eight idioms have something called different meanings, and they can be used in so many different situations. So let me start it. The first one is called bone of contention. The second one is called couch potato. The third one is called greenhorn. The fourth one is called southpaw. The fifth one is called sinking ship. And the sixth one is called catch 22. And seventh one is called alter ego. And eight is called the red letter day. So it's time for us to discuss everything in detail. The first one is called bone of contention. So let me give a classic situation. Then you can easily understand what is the meaning of bone of contention. Let me tell you a little bit in Oriya so that you can relate. ଆପଣ ଜାଣିଛନ୍ତି ଗୋଟେ କାଶ୍ମୀର ଆମର ଅଛି ଜମ୍ମୁ ଆଣ୍ଡ କାଶ୍ମୀର ଯୋଉଟା ଆମେ କହୁଛୁ ଆଣ୍ଡ କାଶ୍ମୀରକୁ ନେଇକି ଭାରତ ଏବଂ ପାକିସ୍ତାନ ମଧ୍ୟରେ ସଦାବେଳେ ଗୋଟେ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ରହୁଛି ଆଉ ଏଇ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମଟା ଆଜିର ନୁହେଁ ଏ ସ୍ୱାଧୀନତା ସମୟରୁ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମଟା ଆଜି ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ମଧ୍ୟ କଣ୍ଟିନ୍ୟୁ ହେଇ ଚାଲିଛି ତ କାଶ୍ମୀରଟା ହଉଛି ମୁଖ୍ୟ ଉଦ୍ଦେଶ୍ୟ ଯୋଉଟାକୁ ନେଇକି ଜମ୍ମୁ ଆଣ୍ଡ କାଶ୍ମୀରକୁ ନେଇକି ଭାରତ ଓ ପାକିସ୍ତାନ ମଧ୍ୟରେ ଅନେକ ଗୁଡେ ଯୁଦ୍ଧ ହେଇଯାଇଛି ଦୁଇ ତିନିଟା ଯୁଦ୍ଧ ହେଇଯାଇଛି ପ୍ରକ୍ସି ୱାର ହେଇଯାଇଛି ଏବଂ ଡିପ୍ଲୋମାଟିକାଲି ଜଣେ ଜଣକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛି ହଇରାଣ କରିବା ପାଇଁ so here the issue is Kashmir and we can call that is the main issue of disagreement between two parties that is called bone of contention. You can say Kashmir is a bone of contention between India and Pakistan. Suppose Dev sir ହଉଛନ୍ତି ମୋ ନେବର ତ ଆମର ଗୋଟେ ବାଉଣ୍ଡ୍ରି ୱାଲ ଅଛି ସେ ବାଉଣ୍ଡ୍ରି ୱାଲକୁ ନେଇକି ଦେବ ସାରଙ୍କ ଫ୍ୟାମିଲି ଆଉ ମୋ ଫ୍ୟାମିଲି ଭିତରେ ସଦାବେଳେ ଝଗଡା ଲାଗୁଛି ତାମାନେ ମୁଁ କହିବି the boundary wall is the bone of contention. What exactly you understand? Bone of contention means it is the main reason of disagreement, the main issue ଯୋଉଟା ଆମେ କହୁଛୁ ମୁଖ୍ୟ ମୁଦ୍ଦା ଯୋଉଟାକୁ ନେଇକି ଆକ୍ଚୁଆଲି ଆମର ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ହଉଛି ୟୁ କ୍ୟାନ୍ ସେ ବୋନ୍ ଅଫ କଣ୍ଟେନସନ ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ ଲାଇଟର ଭେନ ରେ ମାନେ ଗୋଟେ ମଜାକରେ ଗୋଟେ ଏକ୍ସାମ୍ପଲ ଦଉଛି ସପୋଜ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଘରେ 2 ଜଣ ଛୁଆ ଅଛନ୍ତି। ଆଜି ସଣ୍ଡେ ଅଛି, ସଣ୍ଡେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଅଛି ସେମାନେ ଗୋଟେ ରିମୋଟ କୁ ନେଇକି ସେ କେତେ ଝଗଡା ଚାଲିଛି। ତ ଅବଭିୟସଲି ଏଠି ଝଗଡାର କାରଣ କଣ? ନା ରିମୋଟ। Then you can say the remote control is the bone of contention between my two kids. So there are so many examples are there you can give actually. So bone of contention mean it's the main reason of disagreement. ମୁଖ୍ୟ ମୁଦ୍ଦା, ମୁଖ୍ୟ ଯୋଉଟା ହଉଛି ପ୍ରଥମ ଜିନିଷ, ଯୋଉଟା କି ଦିଟା ପାର୍ଟି ହଉନ୍ତୁ, ତିନିଟା ପାର୍ଟି ହୁଅନ୍ତୁ, ସେମାନଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ disagreement ହେଇଯାଉଛି, agreement ହେଇପାରୁନି. So that is called a bone of contention, right? The second one is called couch potato. What do you mean by couch potato? Something called, let me give an example. Couch potato refers to a person who is very lazy. ଯୋଉ ଲୋକଟି lazy ହଉଥିବ, who doesn't work hard, that is called a couch potato. But that person must be watching television every time. ତାମାନେ lazy ହେଇଥିବ ଏବଂ ପ୍ରତି ସମୟରେ ଖାଲି ଟେଲିଭିଜନ ଦେଖୁଥିବ. A person who is absolutely, I mean, lazy, doing nothing, ideally sitting here and there, but watches television most of the time. That is called a couch potato. All the children, all the school going children become couch potato in summer season. Summer season ଆସିଗଲେ ସେ 2 ମାସ ଘରେ ବସି ପଡନ୍ତି, ତ ସେଇ ସମୟ ଦେଖିବେ ସେ ପାଠ ପଢା ତା ବାଟରେ ଆଉ ପୁରା ରିମୋଟ ଧରିକି ଟିଭି ଆଗରେ ସେମାନେ ବସିବେ. So that is basically not used with them. ଆମେ ତାଙ୍କୁ ଗୋଟେ ମଜାକରେ କହିପାରିବା, don't be a couch potato here. So couch potato means a person who is not doing anything. He is always watching television. That becomes a couch potato, right? So we know something called bone of contention and something called couch potato. And the third one is called greenhorn. A person who is new to a profession. For example, Dev sir ଗୋଟେ job ରେ ଅଛନ୍ତି. ସେ ଯୋଉ ଜବ୍ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, ଜଷ୍ଟ ଗ୍ରାଜୁଏସନ ବା ତାଙ୍କର ଡିଗ୍ରୀ କମ୍ପ୍ଲିଟ ହେଲା, ସେ ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଜବ୍ କରୁଛନ୍ତି, 1 କି 2 ମାସ ହେଲା ଜବ ରେ ଅଛନ୍ତି. Then you can say that he can call himself, I am a greenhorn. Suppose ଆପଣ ଗୋଟେ ପଲିଟିକାଲ ପାର୍ଟିରେ ଯୋଗ ଦେଇଛନ୍ତି, ଆପଣ ଏତେ ଏକ୍ସପିରିଏନ୍ସ ନାହିଁ ପଲିଟିକ୍ସ ଉପରେ, you can say I am a greenhorn. Suppose ଗୋଟେ ନୂଆ ପିଲାଟେ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆ ଟିମ୍ ପାଇଁ ଖେଳିବା ପାଇଁ ସିଲେକ୍ସନ ହଉଛି, 5ଟା କି 10ଟା ମ୍ୟାଚ୍ ଖେଳୁଛି, ଆପଣ କହିବେ he is a greenhorn in sports or in cricket. So basically greenhorn is a person who doesn't have that much of experience. ଯାହାର ଏତେ experience ନଥିବ in a profession. Suppose I can say, suppose ଏଇଟା ହଉଛି ମୋର second class in the entire like suppose ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ ଏଇଭଳିଆ 2ଟା class କି 3ଟା କି ଗୋଟେ ମାସେ ହେଲା ପଢଉଛି, so obviously I can say I'm a greenhorn in spoken English, teaching spoken English. So basically ଆପଣ ଗୋଟେ profession କଥା କହିବେ, ଆଉ ଯୋଉ ଲୋକଟି ଆସିଥିବ ସେ very new to that profession, that is something called a greenhorn. You can say I am a greenhorn in software development. Suppose ଗୋଟେ software development company ରେ ମୁଁ 5 ମାସ ହେଲା join କରିଛି, ତ ମୋର ଏତେ ତ experience ନଥିବ, it will take 1 or 2 years to master everything. Then I can say I am a I'm just like, greenhorn in software development. That means I'm learning the trick writing. And the fourth one is called southpaw, not pow, southpaw. So the pronunciation will be southpaw. So what do you mean by southpaw? So before that, let me tell you, sir, we have 2 hands, right? We have 2 hands and we are doing a lot of things. And I'm basically, if you ask me, I use a lot of about my, right hand. I don't use left hand most of the time. For a specific use, I may use left hand. For most of the work, we use right hand. And there are some persons, they are always using their left hand for eating, for writing, for playing. So they always use their left hand. They are called southpaw. A southpaw is a person who uses his or her left hand most of the time. Suppose you have seen Ganguly, Saurabh Ganguly was a southpaw, means he always play left-handed. Or Yuvraj Singh, he is a southpaw. That means he always play. Irfan Pathan always bowls in the left hand. So you can say it's a southpaw. Southpaw means whether basically it's used in sports, but you can use in any other situation. ଧରନ୍ତୁ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଭାଇ ଜଣେ ତାଙ୍କର ସବୁ କାମ ଖାଇବାଠୁ ଗାଧେଇବାଠୁ ଲଗେଇବାଠୁ ଆରମ୍ଭ କରିକି ଲେଖିବା ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ତାଙ୍କର ବାମ ହାତରେ କାର୍ଯ୍ୟ କରନ୍ତି. You can say my brother is a southpaw. That means your brother always uses his left hand to complete everything or to do everything. That is something called southpaw. Okay. And the fifth one is called sinking ship. It's not about ship. It is called sinking ship. What's the meaning? It refers to an organization, company. ଗୋଟେ କମ୍ପାନୀ ହଉ ଗୋଟେ ଅର୍ଗାନାଇଜେସନ ହଉ ଯୋଉଥିରେ କି ଯେତିକି ଆମେ ଏକ୍ସପେକ୍ଟ କରୁଛେ ସେଟା ପ୍ରଫିଟେବୁଲ ହବ ବୋଲି ହେଇପାରୁନି, ତ ସେଇଥିରୁ କିଛି ପିଲା ବାହାରିକି ପଳେଇ ଆସୁଛନ୍ତି. ସେମାନେ ଭାବୁଛନ୍ତି ଯେ କମ୍ପାନୀ ଆଉ ବଞ୍ଚିବନି. The company is on declining trend and obviously it is going to be you're going to be shut down. ତ ସେଥିପାଇଁ ସେମାନେ କଣ କରନ୍ତି, ସେ କମ୍ପାନୀରୁ ବାହାରି ଆସନ୍ତି. And you can say it is a sinking ship. ଗୋଟେ ପଲିଟିକାଲ ପାର୍ଟି ନିଅନ୍ତୁ, ସେ ପଲିଟିକାଲ ପାର୍ଟିରେ ଲୋକ ମାନେ ଯାହା ବି ଜଏନ କରିଥିଲେ ଆଜ ଆନ୍ ଆକ୍ଟିଭ ମେମ୍ବର୍ସ, ସେମାନେ କଣ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ନା ସେମାନେ ବାହାରି ଆସୁଛନ୍ତି. ସେମାନେ ଦେଖୁଛନ୍ତି ଏଇ କମ୍ପାନୀରେ ବା ଏଇ ପଲିଟିକାଲ ପାର୍ଟିରେ କିଛି ଫ୍ୟୁଚର ନାହିଁ ଆଉ. So that's why it is called sinking ship. Sinking ship, you can use 10,000 examples like that, where the person or a person, basically an organization is not doing well. ଆମେ ଗୋଟେ company ଗୋଟେ ଆମେ X ଗୋଟେ company ଶୁଣିବା. So what exactly we are doing? We are giving we are going to join there because we feel we have a future. ଆମର progress ହବ, prosperity ହବ, ଆମେ join କରୁଛନ୍ତି. ଯଦି ଆପଣ ଦେଖିବେ company loss ରେ ଚାଲୁଛି and no question that again we can come and do everything, then you can say if I'll ask you, Dev sir, why did you resign from that company? You can say, sir, what to do here? It was a sinking ship, or it is a sinking ship. So what to do? I find no future after 2 or 3 months. The company is going to be shutted out, shutted down. So shut down, it will be shut down. Then better to quit the company. So that's why I quit. It is a sinking ship. The sinking ship means an organization where there is no future at all. The company is in red, means in loss, and most probably within 1 or 2 months or maximum 1 to 1 year, 1 to 1.5 years, it will be closed. So that's why we call sinking ship. Catch 22 situation. That's very important and it comes in your life also. এটা ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଜୀବନରେ ଆସେ. Let me give an example. କିଛି କିଛି situation ଅଛି ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଲାଇଫ ରେ ଯେଉଁଠାରେ କି ଆପଣ ଗୋଟେ କଂକ୍ରିଟ ଡିସିସନ ନେଇ ପାରନ୍ତି ନାହିଁ. You could not take any decision or you can't take any decision because you are in a loss. ଆପଣ କଣ ଭାବନ୍ତି କଣ କରନ୍ତି, like you don't know. Sometimes suppose ଦେବ ସାରଙ୍କର 3 ଜଣ ସାଙ୍ଗ ଅଛନ୍ତି ବା 2 ଜଣ ସାଙ୍ଗ ଅଛନ୍ତି, ଆଉ 2 ଜଣ ସାଙ୍ଗଙ୍କର ସେମ ଡେ ହଉଛି ବର୍ଥଡେ. ତ ସେମାନେ ଦେବ ସାରଙ୍କୁ ଇନଭାଇଟ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ବା ପିସି ସାରଙ୍କୁ ଇନଭାଇଟ କରୁଛନ୍ତି. ତ ଆପଣ ସେଠିକି ଯାଉଛନ୍ତି, ଆପଣ ଜାଣିନାହାନ୍ତି ଯେ କାହା ପାଖକୁ ଆଗ ଯିବେ, whether you will go there or you will go there. Sometimes ଆପଣ ମାଇଣ୍ଡ ଟା କାମ କରେନି. It is about one example. There are some 10,000 examples available around you. ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଲାଇଫରେ ମଧ୍ୟ ଏଇ ଜିନିଷ ଘଟିଥିବ ଯେଉଁଠାରେ କି ଆପଣ ଚାହୁଁଥିଲେ ମଧ୍ୟ କିଛି କରିପାରୁନଥିବେ. Because your mind goes blank. ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ ଦିଟା ଅଫର ଆସିଛି, କୋଉଟା ଜଏନ କରିବି, ଏଇଟା ଜଏନ କରିବି ନା ସେଇଟା ଜଏନ କରିବି. ତ ଆପଣ ସେଇଠି ଲଷ୍ଟ ହେଇଯାଆନ୍ତି. And I mean a catch 20, you can say, sir, make some suggestion for me. Just could you please make some suggestion? Because I am in a loss, means I am in a catch 22 situation. ମୁଁ ଗୋଟେ catch 22 situation ରେ ଅଛି, ମୁଁ ଜାଣିପାରୁନି କଣ କରିବି ବୋଲି. That is something called a catch 22 situation. That means you are undecided. You are not able to decide what exactly you want to do, what exactly not to do. Okay, that is something called a catch 22 situation. Right now, something called alter ego. Alter ego is something called a person whom you can share a lot of secrets. ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ଲୋକଙ୍କର କିଛି ସିକ୍ରେଟ ଜିନିଷ ଥାଏ, right? You call it top secret. The top secret ଆପଣ କାହା ସହିତ share କରନ୍ତି ନାହିଁ, including your parents also. But there is somebody you can share all your details with him or her, and that person is called alter ego. In a sense, you can say that alter ego is just like a best friend. So you can say like Ramesh is my best friend. So instead of telling that Ramesh is my best friend, you can say Ramesh is my alter ego. Alter ego means I share everything with him. He's just like one of my best friends. Okay, we share good bond. So that is something called alter ego. And red letter day. There are so many days in your life because every day you are getting a new day. Suppose after sometimes you are going to sleep, again you will wake up. You are going to wake up. That's your habit. So 6 o'clock. That day is a new day for you. But there are certain days in your life. କିଛି ଡେ ଅଛି ଯେଉଁଠାରେ କି ଆପଣଙ୍କର ସେଟା ମେମୋରେବୁଲ ହେଇକି ରହିଯାଇଛି. It is remains as a very memorable day for you. ଆଉ ସେ memorable day କୁ ଆପଣ related day ବୋଲି କହିବେ. And related day is always in the past. କାହିଁକି ନା memory କେତେବେଳେ ହବ memorable କେତେବେଳେ ହବ past ରେ ହେଲେ. future ରେ memorable ହେଲେ ଆପଣ ଜାଣିବେ କେମିତି present ରେ memorable ହବ କେମିତି. So obviously it is always it was a related day for me. You can say and related day like ଆମେ କହିବା ଯେ ଅଗଷ୍ଟ 15ଟା ହଉଛି ପ୍ରତ୍ୟେକ ଭାରତୀୟ ମାନଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ related day କାହିଁକି ନା ସେଦିନ ଆମେ ସ୍ୱାଧୀନ ହେଇଥିଲେ. So you can say 15th August is a related day in the history of India or in everybody's life, all Indians' life. Suppose ଆପଣଙ୍କ ଯୋଉଦିନ if you are married so ଯୋଉଦିନ ଆପଣଙ୍କ engagement ହେଇଥିଲା ବା marriage ହେଇଥିଲା ବା ଆପଣ ଯୋଉ you are getting married in the day ତ ସେଇ ଡେଟା ଆପଣଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ memorable. ଯୋଉଦିନ ଆପଣ ପ୍ରଥମ ଥର ପାଇଁ salary ଟା ପାଇଲେ the first salary you draw from your company that was a memorable. ସେ ଜିନିଷଟା ଆପଣ ମନେ ଥିବ ଏମିତି ଆଣିଲି ମୁଁ 100 ଟଙ୍କା ଟେ ଆଣିଲି ମାମାଙ୍କୁ ଏମିତି ଦେଇଥିଲି. You keep a lot of memory with you. So that is something called memorable day. So memorable day is something called a related day. You can say like the day I got my first job was a related day for me. Red letter day for me. Like that you can say like this. That thousands of examples. ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଯୋଉଟା memorable day ହେଇକି ରହିଛି ସେଇଟାକୁ ଆପଣ କହିବେ something called a red letter day. So my question is that ଯେତେବେଳେ ଆପଣଙ୍କର like ଆମେ କହୁଛେ south pole it is just like a left handed player or you can say does everything left handed. ତ left hand ଅଛି ତ ଆମେ କାହିଁକି south pole ଲଗେଇବା. Yes, I want to give you the answer. ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ ଏଇଠି ମୁଁ ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ କହିଦେଇଛି ଯେ actually we are trying to speak English naturally. ମୁଁ ଏତେ କାହିଁ ପରିଶ୍ରମ କରୁଛି ଆପଣମାନଙ୍କୁ because I know that it is very rare that people are coming very close contact to you. And I always want to give you such things, such a lot of things that anywhere you'll go, you can find English is one of the very interesting language. So ଯଦି ଆପଣ idiom use ନ କରିବେ ଆପଣ ଜାଣିଛନ୍ତି already ମୁଁ example ଦେଇ ଦେଇଛି. To speak English naturally, you are supposed to use 5 different things in your sentence. The first one is called idioms. The second one is called binomials. The third one is called expressions, collocations, and the fifth one is called phrasal verbs. ଯଦି ଏଇ ପାଞ୍ଚଟାକ ଜିନିଷ ଆପଣ ୟୁଜ କରୁନାହାନ୍ତି you cannot be a ଦେଖନ୍ତୁ like you cannot be a natural speaker. You cannot speak English naturally. ଗୋଟେ ଛୋଟିଆ example ଟେ ଦେବି. Suppose ଦେବ ସାରଙ୍କର ପିତାଙ୍କର I am the best friend. So how they will call me? Prasanna is my best friend. Prasanna is my best friend. ଆଚ୍ଛା ଏଇଟା ହଉଛି anybody can say best friend ଗୋଟେ concept. ଆପଣ ଭଲ ସାଙ୍ଗ ଆଜି କେହି କହୁନାହାନ୍ତି. I is my best friend. ଛୋଟଠୁ ବଡ କରିକି ଆପଣ ଯୋଉ କଲେଜ ଗୋଇଂ ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟ ସ୍କୁଲ ଗୋଇଂ ଷ୍ଟୁଡେଣ୍ଟ everybody they always do like this that every day they call it like no he's my best friend. କିଏ ସାଙ୍ଗ ଆଉ କହୁନାହାନ୍ତି. So what is the difference between you and them? So ମୁଁ ଚାହୁଁଛି ଆପଣ natural English କୁହନ୍ତୁ. Best friend is not naturally. If you ask me sir it is wrong, ଆମେ ଏଠି wrong right କଥା ପଡୁନି ଆମର. Try to understand. We are not discussing about wrong and right. We are discussing about what is something called natural English. Believe me, whenever you are trying to speak, oh, like that sir is my alter ego, PC sir is my alter ego. So alter ego means is one of my best friends you are trying to say, or is my best friend to whom with I can share a lot of secrets. So ये जो ଜିନିଷଟା ଆପଣ use କଲେ it was a memorable day. ସମସ୍ତେ ଏଇଟା use କରିବେ. But you say like it was a rare letter day for me. କେତେ ବଢିଆ ଶୁଭାଗଲା. ତ ଏଠି ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ କଣ କରିବାର ଅଛି? You have to speak English naturally. ଆପଣଙ୍କୁ natural English କହିବାର ଅଛି. And whatever the things I have given you, this one, This is your natural English. ଗୋଟେ ପିଲାଟେ like no ସେ 20 ପାଠ ପଢୁନି ଖାଲି ଟିଭି ଦେଖୁ ତ ଆପଣ ତାକୁ କଣ କହିବେ? You can call him a couch potato. ସପୋଜ ଆପଣଙ୍କର ଜଣେ ଭାଇ ଅଛି ଯିଏ କି ତାର ମାନେ କିଛି ନାହିଁ ମନ ଇଚ୍ଛା ବାହାରେ ବୁଲୁଛି ଆଉ ଯେତେ ସମୟ ଘରେ ରହୁଛି ଖାଲି ଟିଭି ଦେଖୁଛି. So how can you address him? You can don't be a couch potato. Yeah. Your exam is around the corner. Still, you guys have no problems at all with your attitude, and that's why you are not getting. You will not get a good job. Let me tell you. So that is something called you know couch potato. Or you can say you are a new things to a person. You can say like I'm a greenhorn. You can say I'm a greenhorn in this particular thing. So what is more important? More important that you are supposed to use these 8 things in different. And believe me, upon what newspaper bahar karantu, all the things will get it. Take any of the examples like you take the example of Times of India, Indian Express, anywhere. You just go through all the topics. I'm sure you are going to get this kind of words. And if you don't know how exactly you are going to communicate, that's why we have learned 8 different things. These are called idioms. Okay. So 2 to 3 lessons on idioms I have already given you. And this is the third lesson on idioms. And why we are learning this? To speak English naturally. ଆପଣଙ୍କର error free English କୁହନ୍ତୁ କିଛି ଅସୁବିଧା ନାହିଁ ଆପଣ ପୁରା କନଫିଡେନ୍ସ ଅଛନ୍ତି you are speaking English very confidently ଆପଣ fluently କହିପାରୁଛନ୍ତି hats off to you but you cannot speak English naturally if you are not going to learn these 5 things କଣ idioms binomials expression collocation and phrasal form ଏଇ 5ଟା ଜିନିଷ ଯଦି ଆପଣ ଜାଣି ନାହାନ୍ତି ତାହେଲେ ଆପଣ ଇଂଲିଶ ଟାକୁ naturally କହିପାରିବେ ନାହିଁ that's why we have already given you this 8 different words. These are called sorry. These are called what do you call it? Idioms, and they have been used very frequently in our day-to-day life. Also. Now it's time for me, time for you to ask any questions you wish to ask me.